I think it's great that for this video, by the way, we're wearing green and cream rather than pink and blue.
It was not intentional. I just put on what fits.
Bum, bum, bum. Look at this. It's a really big bum. With two babies who like to kick. Wow. Did you just tour the room?
Yeah, how did I come around this side?
she just circled the room so she could.
So I didn't have to expose everyone to my bump again.
It was amazing. Everyone wanted to see the bump. They're here for the bump.
No.
Trust me.
I'm currently 21 weeks pregnant, but it's definitely looking bigger than that compared to when I was pregnant with Rupert. I mean, it's like, I probably was this size when I was 30 weeks pregnant.
Yeah, you did carry pretty small with Rupert though, to be fair. You could not tell you were pregnant from the back. even by about 36 weeks, 38 weeks.
But can you tell I'm pregnant from the back this time?
Shock. Maybe just because of the way you're walking. You walk like a pregnant person for sure.
Yeah.
Hello lovely people. We're Jessie and Claude and we are going to be mums very soon to some twins. We currently already have a very lovely 3.5-year-old called Rupert, but it's going to be a whole different experience being parents to 3 children.
Yeah, I think it's a whole different experience just having any extra supplemental children. Extra children. Like if you're like a one child family going to like a 2 or a 2 to a 3 or a 3 to 4 or like whatever the dynamic is, it's big
I don't know, lots of people that I've read online say that like 3 to 4 is just nothing. Because they're like,
so sorry for that 4th child. You were just nothing.
To have 3 kids, you already have to have adapted so much of your life, which is so true. It's very hard to find a car with 3 isofix
I was going to say though, like
we can tell you about that.
Having 3 kids, you can still fit in a standard car. Having 4,
it depends on the ages.
You got to get a people carrier.
It depends on the ages of those children.
No, there's only 5 seats in a car.
Yes, but if all 3 of those children need isofix,
yeah, but like
then you have an issue.
Okay, which is kind of what
we have discovered.
Yes,
and why we need to get a new car.
And it's really hard to find cars with more than 2 isofix these days.
So difficult.
Maybe not in the States or like in other countries, but in England, it's like I'm like, why are they not making? They've like got rid of all these. I was having a little mini rant. They've got rid of like MPVs, basically like all the cars we had when we grew up.
It does sort of make sense though that very large countries have very large cars. We live in England, which is quite a small country with teeny tiny roads.
Yeah.
So you need to get down those roads.
I think it's more to do with family sizing.
It's not.
Yeah, this is not what this video is about.
So our lovely identical twins are due in June. And now we are 30 seconds into the video, so I can say that yes, we know that sex and gender are different things. This is a video revealing our baby's sex, not gender. I'm just not going to put sex in a YouTube video title and get demonetized. I'm going to have to buy a lot of nappies very soon. We didn't share Rupert's sort of sex, gender, before he was born, although we did find out ourselves.
Did make a video though about having fun trying to work out what gender he was using old wives' sex tales.
Old wives' sex tales? Ooh! What did they get up to?
Old wives' tales.
Yes.
And that was a really fun video to make, and you can watch it.
Yeah. But this time we are going to tell you. But why didn't we share last time?
Well, we knew that we were going to parent in a gender neutral way, or like very much make every effort to do so, and avoid any kind of what do you call it, like pushing any kind of gender things onto
pushing
our
kind of gender stereotypes.
Yeah.
So there's a kind of issue when you're not already a parent. People don't know how you will parent, and we didn't really want people to make assumptions about us or our child and how we would be with them. We sort of didn't. We wanted all options for clothing and toys to be available to him, rather than just like, oh, you're having a boy, I'm going to give you 10 different trucks as a present. People kind of can't help but fall into those gendered stereotypes.
Also, I think like it didn't matter to us if they were a boy or a girl, but by doing a gender reveal, it felt like it somehow like did matter to us in that first, like it would look externally like perhaps it did matter, like depending on what our reaction would have been, like woo, either way, but then people like we were like, oh, but what if we get like the backlash of people like saying, you know, oh, you didn't want the other one, and that wasn't the case at all. Whereas now with our second, it's kind of like, well, we've clearly celebrated our first whatever.
Yeah.
And it just feels like now we just want to know to see what our family like.
Yeah. So the family dynamic.
Yeah, it's going to be like. And
just
also,
fun.
I mean,
Before we tell you more though, let's talk about something that, like our fertility journey, has also been through its fair share of terrifying moments. The internet, with endless ads, pop-ups and trackers. Browsing today feels like taking a swim in shark-infested water. That's where the sponsor of today's video comes in. Don't swim in the water, surf on it! Surfshark is a top-rated VPN that keeps your browsing private and ad-free, whilst letting you safely access content from around the world. Whether you're at home or on public Wi-Fi, Surfshark helps you to explore the internet securely and seamlessly. And if you've ever been frustrated by region-locked movies or TV shows, Surfshark's got you covered. With servers in multiple countries, you can stream your favourite content no matter where you are. Is a film you want to stream not available in your country? Well, not anymore. Do you have a slight addiction to Call the Midwife? But you can only watch it on BBC iPlayer, which is only available in the UK. Do you know what you're talking about? Yes, well now you can watch it from any country. Plus, one account works on unlimited devices, so your entire family can stay protected across all of your screen. Click the link in the description, go to surfshark.com/Jessica, or scan the QR code on screen right now for 4 extra months of Surfshark for free. Also, we're 2 women, but we have very different levels of kind of feminine and masculine energy, and we definitely did as children. Like, I wasn't as pink as I would have liked to be as a child. Does that make sense? Like, I would have preferred more pink things, but I think my parents were like, I mean, no, we don't want to be...
You still wore like frilly dresses. I don't think it needs to matter what colour it was.
No, I know.
You wore like petticoat, like little pinafore things and little things in your hair.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's just to do with how you carry yourself, which I obviously wasn't there to witness, but I suspect you probably carried yourself in a very girly way.
Yeah.
Whereas I would stand. I can't do it because I've got an hour bump. But I would habitually stand like this, with I don't know why.
There are some brilliant pictures of you as a child.
Just really grumpy, showing off my tummy.
You also had the Hanson haircut. Yeah. And stood like a boy band member.
Yeah.
And it was just a perfect meshing.
I wore men's cycling shorts, just like they were my favourite things to wear. I wore Mutant Ninja sliders.
Incredible. I loved my long hair. I was like, don't ever cut my hair. I'm gonna have it as long as I can. I want to be able to sit on it.
Yeah. I hated anyone playing with my hair, and I still do. I didn't want anyone to brush it.
We understand that, you can be very different. You can be on different parts of the spectrum. And it was indeed the right thing to do to not put a kind of gendered thing on Rupert, because he loves a lot of things that most people think of as being stereotypically girly, and he isn't keen on the typical boy things. He likes ballet and pink and purple and flowers, and most of his clothes come from the girls' aisle, and we do try and give him options.
Well, we literally go into the clothing shop, like H&M Kids or whatever it is, and we just let him go. We don't direct him straight towards the boys area. We just direct him to the age appropriate bit.
Yeah.
And then he just goes straight towards the girls bit, the bit that's clearly for girls.
Well, I don't understand why anyone wouldn't, to be honest.
It is so much more exciting.
It's one side of the shop is colourful and it has flowers and sparkles and sequins.
Yeah.
And it's
accessories,
accessories.
Hair bows.
And little bags. It's adorable. And then the other side is black.
Yeah.
Trucks. It's just not exciting.
Yeah, it doesn't have cutesy animals on the tops. It's more
or
just
brown. Why do they have to be cool? They're 3.
Yeah, but then it's just each their own. Because when I was younger, I always wanted to get the things from the boys thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I actually personally thought those looked nicer, because I didn't want to be wearing leggings that sucked onto my legs and frilly bits that had funny textures. All the boys' clothes is just baggy, usually mostly cotton, comfortable, practical, sensory.
We would be very different children. And we try and give Rupert things he loves sticker books, and occasionally you'll buy a trucks sticker book and be like, do you want to try the trucks?
To be fair though, in the defence of in his defence of choosing a gendered side without knowing it, they're not, the sticker books themselves are I think well, all the ones that are like aimed at girls, which you can tell because they're like pink and purple and glittery, and they involve dressing up people.
Yeah, and they're
all like people based.
And he likes people.
Whereas all the things that are like the sticker books that are maybe more aimed at boys or like people who are not like so girly are like non-people based things.
Yeah, it's very strange that
like animals or vehicles or whatever it is, but just like not people. And Rupert just really likes people.
Where they think that like dolls are for girls because girls care about looking after things and girls care about social interactions and social play. And it's just not true, and also ridiculous, because do we not want all of society to be good at caring for each other and being members of society rather than just one part? And on the subject of dresses and that kind of area, oh, she's warmed up. I didn't want people to express disappointment when we told them that Rupert was a boy. So kind of like much when you tell someone your baby's name before
you just
they're
said
born.
that and I was like, wait, you just gave away the gender.
I just gave away that Rupert's a boy. Oh my gosh. Much like when you tell someone your baby's name before they're born and they feel like they can have an opinion, but then after the baby is born, they just say, oh, that's a lovely name.
Yeah.
And they don't say anything about it.
Or they actually just directly say, oh really? That's an interesting choice. Or they just totally poo-poo your name.
Yeah, but
like if it's someone close, like your sibling.
Alright, your sister. Just your sister. So, but like the matching dresses thing, this like seemed to be this really big point with people that they kind of thought, I would like matching clothes with my potential daughter. I wanted to see what I'd put her in. There were lots of comments about that on Instagram 4 years ago.
That is true.
And then I was sort of thinking like, oh, when I said it was going to be a boy, people in real life, they kind of go like, oh. I'm like, oh, that's a shame that you can't dress them up. And I'm like, well, firstly, he does wear matching dresses with me sometimes. And secondly, I do dress him up adorably. And he dresses himself adorably.
He now dresses himself and has done for like the last year.
He's very stylish.
He loves a collar.
So proud of him. He puts together the best little outfits and he comes up and he's so proud of himself.
He also chooses your outfits now.
Yes, he does. There's a whole video about that where he chooses my outfits. You can watch that. Yeah, so there were lots of reasons really why we didn't share about Rupert. But then there are also reasons why we do want to share this time. So the number one reason why we are sharing this time is that we have a child who refers to the babies as my baby.
Yeah, because we've told him.
Brothers/sisters. So he is frequently giving it away.
He was saying my baby before he even knew.
Yeah, we're just gonna do that. So he's just kind of like frequently giving it away and we have to cut it out of videos a lot.
And secondly, we've been through a lot with this pregnancy already and it just makes them feel more real to like, for us to know, but also like, and then us not having to like hide it. And I think because we were quite private about the whole fertility journey, which was like stressful in itself, and then obviously we had the surprise of having triplet pregnancy, and then like that was like we didn't share that, and then we lost one of them, and then it wasn't until afterwards that we shared that. So I think we just kind of like didn't want to have any more things that we didn't share. We just felt like we just want to be like out and open about everything this time.
Yeah. And Claudia wanted to do it like an excuse to celebrate.
I just really love
feel joy.
I like watching gender reveals, okay? I like to see how people do it. I like people's reactions.
Okay.
Like, I mean, yeah, I just find it, and I was just like, I just want people to know. Also, I think I'm just so happy, so I'm just like...
Yeah, it's just a lot of joy, so we're just celebrating every milestone along the way.
Yeah.
That does not mean that we endorse those gender reveals where it comes out and it's like, whoa, pink confetti, and the dad's like, whoa, again.
But I'm sure like most of those people who do that like then go on to like not actually care at all. You know, it is funny. It's like I was saying to Jessica, like when your child exists, like Rupert, like I love him so much, he's like the whole world to me. And obviously I'm pregnant and I love them, but I don't love them the same yet because they're not here, and it's just they're just more of an image in the future. And it's the same with like, I guess, you know, when anyone imagines their family future. I think
there can also be an element of like holding back a little bit.
Yeah.
And being like, oh,
they're not physically here yet.
I don't want to fall too deeply in love with you because I'm scared. And then it's just kind of something else that cements them, and it's like...
And although they can kick me, It's not the same like.
Although they can.
It's not the
kick my
same
bladder.
like intimate connection as like looking into each other's eyes, you know.
And then they'll come out and you're like, you kicked me so hard daily.
Oh, I know. Like in the evening,
I needed
it's
so
just
many
like...
wees because of you. But also, you know us as parents now. You know that we clearly don't prescribe to gender roles. We're also very comfortable if these children tell us down the line that actually no, we need to change up their pronouns, and we love you, whatever, no matter what, darlings. The answer is...
Yeah, people will probably skip to this bit, but they were like, stop waffling, get to the point. We don't care. We do care.
They do care, they've skipped.
Yeah.
All I hear, they care. The answer is, Rupert is getting... There you go! Little sisters! Yay! He's essentially getting just what he asked for. He wished so hard, he got two.
Yes, he has been non-stop since he was about 2 years old, been asking for a little sister.
And next, we will be asking him to wish for us to win the lottery.
And he better not start being like, I want a little brother. I'm like, no, we've got 3 is enough. We're not having more.
Them being girls doesn't mean that we're going to raise them differently to Rupert, I don't think, other than...
I'm staring at you because I'm like, oh, you have already bought some little dresses from Vinted.
I bought dresses
You did.
for Rupert.
You did actually, yeah.
And he wore them and was very happy. Dresses are great.
Yeah.
Cool and comfy in the summer months. Claude is hoping that at least one of them is an outdoorsy type, who's a bit rough and tumble, wants to go play in the woods with her whilst Rupert and I are having tea parties. Probably with the other one.
I was like, if they all are just like girly, like Rupert and the 2 girls, and they all just want to do like tea parties and play indoors, and they don't want to go out stomping around in the woods with me, then let's go on my own. And Jessica was like, with your dogs. I was like, yeah, that's why we have dogs.
That's why we have dogs. But yeah, I think a tomboy twin and a girly twin would be adorable.
Yeah, I think they will.
Like us.
I think they will be quite different.
I mean, I'm sure they will be different.
Yeah,
They're different people.
I feel like they're going to be really different, but
be...
like best friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like us.
Obviously, they'll be individuals. They will be in an individual place on the gender spectrum, just because they look the same.
Yeah.
They have the same face. That doesn't
One
mean...
might be straight, one might identify as queer. Like, I know an identical twin pair that are like that.
How fun!
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for my potential queer children. Oh, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you everyone for your incredible support so far on our journey to growing our family.
In the most exciting way possible.
You can follow us for more on Instagram at Jessie and Claude. You can follow us here on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already for more baby stuff, queer stuff, disability stuff. Let me know in the comments below what other videos you'd like to see relating to parenting, relating to babies, relating to... I'm just very excited, can you tell? And don't forget to click the link in the description to get your hands on that wonderful Surfshark deal.
And we're really touched by how supportive everyone's been on our fertility / announcing pregnancy / whole journey so far, and it's like really gives us a boost, and it's so nice to be able to share it because obviously we're so joyous and happy about it, but it's so lovely when the joy is shared and people write such lovely comments.
Because we've definitely had we had a lot of ups and downs on this journey, and for me personally it does make me feel really much better to have people commenting things that are like, I've been there, that happened to me, now mine are 3 years old and they're great and they're fine and everything's okay.
Yeah.
I think especially because you talk to doctors and they're like, well, they could come really early, this terrible thing could happen, and you're like...
Yeah, so it's nice to hear support from people who are other twin mums and twin parents, and I spend a lot of time on Reddit.
The parents of multiples.
Yeah, but it's also really nice to just get actual first-hand directly to us as well.
And just non-parent general support.
Yeah, or people who are twins, that's been really interesting too. Like on how you like to be treated and not referred to as twins, which we won't do.
We will not do that once they are...
Yeah, we do say that the twins now, once they're here, inside, but once they come out...
But that's also because we can't tell which is which.
But now that we've revealed the gender, we could call them the girls.
Yes, we can. Although,
But then that like...
I always made a point of never calling Rupert like boy.
Yeah, because then it's like...
boy.
Okay, yeah. Alright, we're going to have a discussion about this.
Or son. I call him my child.
We don't really use... we don't really use the word son.
No.
When I do say, this is my son, it feels a bit weird.
Yeah, I call
don't know
him my
why.
child.
Yeah.
I don't want to put him in a box.
Yeah.
God. These are my children that are the same age and shared a womb.
Anyway, talking about our son, I need to go collect him from school, so...
Does someone? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.